Hey guys, Dan here again. So we're coming up to the point where I've countersunk all the nails into the floorboards, and I need to just fill the nail holes before I sand. So I'll swing the camera around and show you where I'm at. So I've gone along and just punched all those nails in. So bearing in mind I want to give this a really good sand, so I've countersunk them probably up to about 3 or 4 millimeters, even deeper on some areas where it's a bit more buckled, and I really want to sand lips off. So for instance up here, where I don't know if you can appreciate that on camera, but there's quite a lip between that Jarrah floorboard and the oak one next to it. So for those nails I've punched them right down so that I can sand a good few mil off that and bring it down to level without hitting the sander. The other thing that I needed to do was, there was a bunch of nails still in the boards, and rather than risk damaging the floorboard, what I chose to do was just use an angle grinder and just cut the nails off at the back. So there was still nails in the board. So I've gone along, I think I've got all of them now. So hopefully there won't be too many surprises and sparks flying with the sander. I've hired a sander for tomorrow, so I'll get a chance to sand back those boards. So what I'm going to do now is go around and fill up all the nail holes. I've got a couple of different types of putty. So I've got one to match up with the Jarrah and one to match up with the oak. The Baltic pine, I should say. And so I'm going to go around, fill those nail holes. I don't need to be too sort of get them too flush or too take too much time on it, because it's all going to get sanded back anyway. So I'm not too concerned about the surface finish. I'm just going to get some fill in all those holes quickly, and then tomorrow hopefully it'll all sand out and come up nice and flush. Okay, cheers. So that's all the holes filled. So as you can see, I've gone around and done all the Jarrah, then the darker red there, which, looking at the putty, and a bit of that's still wet, and then looking at the colour, I don't know if you can appreciate it in this light, but it should be a pretty good match for that wood once I've ripped it all back with the sander. So I've done that fascia strip down the front there as well, and gone around, done all the oak. So obviously the oak looks a bit funny at the moment, a bit splotchy, because it's contrasting the bright white putty, or just off-white putty, with the stained and the quite dark dirty floorboards. So all will be revealed tomorrow, whether I've matched that putty correctly when I rip it all back. As I went around, I found a fair few nails actually that I'd missed when I was countersinking them, so I've gone and countersunk them. So it was a good opportunity to do that, and also a few areas like that which was a bit of a ding in that board there, or a bit of a rip taken out of it. I'm certainly not concerned about minor imperfections, and I didn't take a lot of time to fill these holes. I just crammed some putty in most of them, and they'd be done with it. If I wanted a perfectly flat surface and perfect looking floorboards, I would have laid down new ones, but I'm far more interested in getting a vintage rustic sort of a look. I just thought I'd go around. I could have left all those nail holes open for that matter, but I thought I'd take the time to fill most of them, and we'll sand it back tomorrow, see how it comes up. Excellent. Okay, cheers.